Well, I'm unbathed. I am exhausted, and I
Good.
think I'm still probably mildly hungover.
Good. Good. We have a
Welcome
lot
to
in
Zig.
common.
I'm sure we do.
I'm
Welcome to
sorry, do the
Zig and
both.
Larry Ignore a Topic.
Energy levels are at an all-time high. And yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are a pair. I just because I hurt myself the
Your
past.
sciatica?
Yeah, no,
No.
just my liver, and probably it's in my kidneys now, and maybe a little bit in my prostate. I don't know.
Every time I go to the doctor, they keep telling me all my stuff's breaking except for my liver and kidneys, which makes no sense.
It that
No,
No, that
no,
doesn't
no,
line up.
no. My blood pressure and cholesterol medication. The booze ain't helping either one of those. But he's like, but I'll tell you what though, your liver and your kidneys are doing just fine. How much do you drink? I said all of it, and as much as it takes to make it stop.
Uh-huh.
He's like, probably shouldn't do that. I'm like, you got to go with something, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm too old.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to the authorities anymore. I'm going
No.
to blindly accept my fate.
Yeah. When last time I went to get my checkup, which I think I need to go. I think I'm due. But last time I went to get the checkup, and she's like, "So, how much do you drink?" And I went, "Yeah. Uh, whew, hold on." She's like, "Okay, let's start with how much a night." And I'm like, "Those details get fuzzy too, doc. Let's hold on, let me do this math."
Every day for me is a wedding for you. How about that? Does that help? Does that...
You know when your kid graduated high school and you were really proud of them and you just got a little loose? That's an afternoon for me. That's a
Yeah,
warm up.
that's 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I go, well, I mean, I guess I could start drinking.
Hmm.
This isn't amateur fucking hour. We're here to get going. We're not fucking around. I got to go pick up the dog, so
I'm
I
not
can't get too
drinking.
wrecked.
This is beer. I'm not drinking.
Right?
Do you know up until the 80s in Russia, just regular people Russia, not crazy ass Putin Russia, but regular people Russia, beer was considered a soft drink
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
until the 80s.
It was given to children.
It's like, just get my beer. Why? Because he's 5 and he won't shut up.
Yeah. We need to get a little sleepy. He's
Hmm.
much easier to get his jammies on if he's got a mild buzz,
Yeah.
which is true of me too, up to a point.
Up to which point?
The point where I wake up and my wife looks at me and she goes, "Do you remember what you did?" Oh no. Oh, am I fun and cute or am I in trouble?
Hmm. Yeah.
It,
It's like, do we need to
maybe
talk or
both.
avoid? Where are
Yeah.
we at in our
Yeah.
relationship today? Yeah.
Am I sleeping in the yard today, or am I allowed to try and make it up to you?
Hmm. I have a
So
yard to sleep in. I still have a house.
yeah, I was gonna say, you've had nothing going on this past week.
No, it's been a really uneventful week for me. Uh and again, I could go through. I'll give you the highlights,
Yeah,
but all I can say is I'm for me personally, and this it just sounds so shitty to say, but I got very lucky with
yeah,
Hurricane Ian. Me personally, no loss of life or limb for me or anybody who's close to me. A little bit of property damage for those who are close to me, but nothing that insurance won't fix. There were people, especially in like Fort Myers, like that the devastation. That was where last time we talked, that was where Ian was supposed to hit. It was like
mhm,
literally my backyard, and Fort Myers is gone. Like it's just underwater still. It'll come back, but it was just beaten to hell. Yeah. So after we talked, I woke up on Monday morning and decided it was time to GTFO
uh-huh,
because we're looking at the website for our little sleepy town. Little sleepy town said, this is not a mandatory evacuation notice, but it's coming. We're going to call it mandatory soon." Like, oh, well, why isn't it just mandatory now? Because it's not, but it's going to be. I don't understand the politics. Is now the time to argue? No, it's not. So
no, I'm just discussing it on my way to the car.
yeah, so we decided to get the fuck out. We Monday was a fun day. We didn't sleep. So first thing we did was we got up and we attempted to get. Well, first we went to the house because the house is getting painted. The interior, I've painted. My wife and I painted all the trim and the three bedrooms.
Mhm.
The rest of the house, I did not. because I ran out of steam and I re-injured my leg a little bit. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do the get up, get down anymore. I'll hire a guy. We found a guy, a nice handyman kind of guy. And so we go there, and he's like, "Yeah, we're fine. We're not going to go anywhere. You want if we just work?" I'm like, "Nope, I do not. Just lock the door off behind you on the way out, man. Do your do." And then so okay, we have all the stuff we have to do. We have to go home and pack. We have to pack up the dog. We have to do everything. We're in our driveway. Click, 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 click. The car battery's dead. The car battery's dead, and it's making that noise.
Uh-huh.
And my wife looks at me and goes, "You know what that did to me the other day too?" I'm like, "It did."
Maybe we should have informed.
She didn't know what it was. I'm not going to make
Sure.
fun of her. She's just never been to that situation. Why should
Sure,
she?
sure, sure.
She's never heard of it. But at the time, I went, huh?
Yeah.
And that's when I went, hey, you know what would be good? Jumper cables. I own them. They're in my toolkit, which is about 15 minutes south of here, which is a perfect place for it because it's one of those. This has to get to the car zone. Yeah, I'm sure it's a brand new car.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. We didn't have that. So then we borrowed the painter's car to go to Target, bought some jumper cables, came back, used his car to jump mine, then went straight to AutoZone. And I was like, I called them and make sure they have one. He's like, I could probably recharge your battery if you got a couple hours. I'm like, I don't think I do, pal. Just sell me one. I was like, I don't have though is my tool kit for the car with all the sockets and everything because that's at the house because I'm an idiot. So like, that's okay. You can borrow ours. We have a whole kit. I'm like, thank you. There's this Rolly fucking kit with like sockets from the 70s, I think,
Sure.
that are
Yeah.
just covered in oil and nothing matches the driver that's there. Like it's just like a bunch of random parts. Like that should do her. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna have to dig through this like Chewbacca trying to fix the fucking Falcon, but I'll figure it out. Which I did. And
You're
yeah,
whittling a stick so that you can stick it down in the
yeah,
socket and kind of
yeah.
throw a shoulder into it.
All things considered, it didn't take me terribly long to find, what I needed. But it was like, Jesus fucking Christ with this. But what was nice is that on the wheelie cart was actually the at least one set of sockets that had like, 10, 15, 12, like all but they were not actually attached to it. It's like, well, used to, but we're keeping this just so you know what could have been. That's fine.
Great.
If you feel like putting these things in the order, I'm like, no, I'm not sorting your shit. That's not gonna happen
No,
for
I'm
anybody.
I'm solid. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So we
I'm
packed
I'm
up
in the
and
middle of evacuation mode.
yeah.
I'm not sorting and filing right now.
Then we went in St. Pete, they had a sandbag station, so which we found, but they had blocked it was like behind a school, but they had like blocked off a bunch. So it took us like about 20 minutes to figure out how to get around to join the line to drive your car up to get the sandbags, and it was legit miles long. So we said no. Let's go to our actual sleepy town, South Pasadena. They have a do-it-yourself station.
Yeah.
Let's go there. There was two people there, just filling up bags themselves. Like, perfect. This is great. So we filled up 10 bags, came home, sandbagged the apartment, realized we did not have enough for the house, kissed our asses goodbye, threw a whole bunch of shit, including veal and a steak and a whole bunch of beer, in the car, and made for the East Coast.
Just the essentials. Just
Yeah.
the essentials.
I just wrote it out and bit our nails and pretended like we were working. I basically told my boss, I'm like, I don't have this. I think I worked Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday we got there. I told her I just like I can't keep my brain together. Wednesday I worked. Thursday we didn't have power for a decent amount of it, so I was like, yeah, this is God telling me I can sleep.
Yeah.
And Friday we came back home. The house is completely fine.
That's
My
fantastic.
my bush out front
Hmm.
has a minor snap in the trunk, so I've
You've had
staked it up,
you've had a
and that's
snap
it.
in your bush for a while.
Yes, and I found out that my house used to be pink because there's a couple of chips at the front and the back where something hit it at speed and chipped off the gray paint. It used to be bright pink. I found that out, but outside of that, like butthole pink. But outside of that, literally nothing.
Just a nice reminder is what
Didn't
that
have time
is.
to. Yeah, I didn't even like board up anything.
Right.
All my neighbors when I got there, when we finally got back on Friday, all my neighbors like pulling plywood off the windows. We just got lucky.
That's
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I absolutely could not be more thrilled. I know I was telling you before we started that we got the news right before my show started on Friday night,
Mm.
and everyone was celebrating. Everyone was quite relieved, and so congratulations for riding out the first one.
We
You
bravely
needed
ran away.
you Sir Robin, but that's okay.
Yeah. You know what?
Because hey,
I
you
don't back
needed
down from a lot of fights, but I'm not fucking with a hurricane. You
no.
can't piss into a hurricane and win. You
I,
can't.
I
Doesn't
feel
matter
like
how rapier your wit is.
right. I feel like everything that you've gone through since you moved down there was just building up the karma.
What are you
So
talking about? Oh, okay.
what are you talking about? Getting hit by a car,
Hit by a car, a little bit of screws and a plate
yeah, I
in the
mean,
leg on the tibia, which is moving. So that's fun.
yeah,
Um,
your face rotting off.
my face rotted away. Had to have some of the wife's innards removed because it went bad.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Let's see. It seems
Uh
like there's other stuff.
COVID.
Oh yeah, I got COVID.
Yeah.
I got COVID. I got all of it.
Yep.
Mostly in the lungs, but I got it. Uh, hmm.
What else?
It was rainy a couple of days too. I mean,
Yeah,
before
yeah,
this.
I know that was rough on you when you had to be outside near the pool when it was only like 79 degrees.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody else, like, aren't you scared to live there? I'm like, well, kind of, but here's the thing: the weather 90% of the time is beautiful. It's gorgeous. 8% of the time, it's a little cloudy. I'll wait till tomorrow. And then 2% of the time, it's trying to kill you.
Yeah,
And that's when you really, really notice the other 90%.
2% of the time it's biblical. It's Old Testament
Hmm.
horse shit that's coming to kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it to 1% of that 2% is just straight up Norse mythology Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Yesterday, I spent literally all day on a burn pile, 7 or 8 hours ish, burning sticks and debris that were in my yard. I'm still not quite done. Today, it's 81 degrees, not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you look great.
thank you.
Yeah, beard's on point. You got a nice tan
Thank you.
going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank
You're
you.
looking good. You're looking Tony Robbins good.
Is that good? He's
No,
got a big head.
it's not.
It-
I stole the line from Gross Point Blank. It's always in
oh,
it
right.
lives right here. It lives right here and is just ready
Mm,
to
I
drop
feel
out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep a couple of those locked and loaded
Yeah.
just to shoot them right out of your face.
Yep. Yep. And it's always there. It's lived there. I couldn't remember the Folly Beach earlier today, but Jeremy Piven's line, you look Tony Robbins good. That just sits right here and is just ready to go.
See, you said Jeremy Piven, which reminds me of what is it? CPU? What is the
PCU.
PCU? Thank you. And then the Favreau line, "Can you blow me where the Pampers is?" That's how miswired my mind
Yeah.
is.
Gunner, I'm not gonna let you be that guy.
Don't wear the T-shirt of the band you're going to see.
Don't be that guy, Gunner. Don't
I
be that
actually
guy.
had that conversation once with our boy, the Jimmer.
Yeah.
He was going to a show. He was wearing the T-shirt. He had cut off the sleeves, and he not only cuts off the sleeves to T-shirts, which I do appreciate. He cuts off the collar because he says it's too restricting. So it's
Uh-huh.
basically just a tartan that he has over himself that's
Right.
attached at the hips. Like, no, you can't. I thought it'd be cool. No, don't wear the T-shirt. I'm doing it anyway. No, you do you, buddy.
Yeah.
You
I
do
did that
you.
with my Wham t-shirt.
You wore it to see Wham.
No, I cut the collar and the sleeves off.
What did
So I
you
was
wear
like,
when you went to see Wham?
uh well, not a top.
One pasty.
And it was low. I pit the pasty down.
It was low. I just had a picture of a winking face emoji.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
We it just says taken on the back of the thong.
With a picture of Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
They came, there was like a promotional thing they were doing at Taken
Yeah,
3. They just
yeah.
came him out.
They sent it to the network that I do the other podcast with. They
Mhm.
just it, I have a particular set of skills. Doing an American accent is not one of them.
Trying to be an action star in my 70s is, and they're still paying him. So
Yeah,
fuck it. I say go for it. Him
yeah.
and Harrison Ford, they're holding it down.
God, Harrison Ford is just a grumpy old man now.
He is, but he's fucking Callista Flockhart. Um, she's got to be what? Well, he's 80, right? Han Solo's got to be 80.
Yeah. Do you want me to? Hey Siri, how
Yeah.
old is Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford is 80 years old.
80 on the nose.
Yep.
Damn, I'm good. And okay, so how old is Callista Flockhart? I'm gonna say, hold on. Ally McBeal is 55. That's that right? mid-50s.
I'm gonna say
Ally McBeal
she's.
was in the 90s. Her show.
I'm gonna say she's 49.
Okay.
Hey Siri, how old is Callista Flockhart?
Callista Flockhart is 57 years old.
I missed it. What?
57.
Oh shit! Even I undercut it. Okay.
I way undercut it. I thought she was just a little bit older than us.
That's nice. Her age and her weight are the same now.
Yeah, finally.
Mhm.
It oh, that was a
Hey man, it was her choice to use chemo as a weight loss. Is that should I not have?
I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know what the rules are anymore.
Me neither. How are your
I
shows, buddy? I don't want to talk about hurricanes no more. Everybody and their mother was like texting me at one point. How is the hurricane? Like, it sucks and I don't have shit.
Yeah.
What do you know? I'm like, I know as much as the news tells you. I don't. We've got a couple of friends who are coming to visit me next weekend,
Yeah.
and they keep like, it was obvious that they were like, how is everything? Like, they were generally concerned for our welfare
Mhm.
and for our financial future. They absolutely were.
Right.
But there was a little undertone of, do you think the resort's okay?
Well, yeah, of course.
And just as soon as we knew that I was okay, my wife was okay, and that all of our property was unscathed, he's like, "All right, enough about you. Is the resort okay?" I'm like, "Fucking call him, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't live across the street from it. I don't know."
When I knew you were coming, I didn't go familiarize myself with the staff. Hey, Jim, how's things going over here?
Yeah. Please, I gotta go burn palm fronds for 8 fucking hours. By the way, that stinks when you burn it, and
Oh,
it makes
does it?
oh yeah, the palm fronds themselves, they burn really, really like a puke brown yellow, and they
Yeah.
stink.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
and it makes the neighbor children on the other side of my privacy fence have a lot of fun. I was like, I started at like 8:30 in the morning. There's a couple of kids, like my neighbors behind me,
Uh-huh.
but I've got a 6-foot fence around my whole yard. I couldn't see them. I've never met the people on like that side. They're like actually kind of kitty corner, I think.
Okay.
But every time like I threw some more on and the smoke was blowing right over them, they were playing like some manner of like Fallout 76. They're
Nice.
like, it's another cloud of carbon monoxide. Run, it's coming, it's coming. I'm like, well, I feel like I'm poisoning these children, but they sound like they're having a really fun game. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I wonder if their folks are gonna be really weird about this. But it was very Florida 80s parents. They're like, no, they're fine. They're breathing in smoke. They think it's a game.
It's fine. You need a beer? You good? You good? Well, no, we didn't evacuate. We stayed here. We gave the kids kites, sent them outside. Like, good luck.
Every time I threw another fucking shrimp on the barbie, I just hear, get to the fort. Like, yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're having fun. They're not going to make it over 5'2", but they're having fun.
They're having fun. That one's already sounding like he's got emphysema. It's okay. Mommy, I'm tired. Yeah, buddy. Let's get you inside. Let's get your
Hey, what's today's subject? I'm just curious. It was my day to do it, so I'm asking you.
Yeah,
what is-
today's subject is grab bag ketchup.
Good.
Because I got nothing.
Me neither.
Did I send? No, I think I was avoiding sending you much because I knew that.
I would have been unresponsive to anything comedy, really. It wasn't even like.
Well, I knew that. That's why I was like, nope. I know that it's just I'm not doing nothing. I checked on you on Wednesday just to tell you I loved you. Like, because Nick was like, have you heard from Zig? And I'm like, I'm giving him time. And she's like, I'm just worried. I just let him know we're thinking about him. And I was like, yep, I can do that. And that was not a hey, got an update. It was, hey, how you doing, pal? We love you. Don't worry about it. Please don't respond. I almost said you don't need to respond, and I should have just been like, you don't need to respond. We love you. I'm leaving you alone until you talk to me again.
It's just nobody. It's fine. I mean, like, I wasn't upset, but it was just like, I don't know what's going on. I literally could just sit here and wait with my thumb up my ass.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to be everybody's fucking, Kevin Costner's postman giving him news. I'm like, I don't know,
Right.
man. I know the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Watch the news. I don't know.
I look like fucking Willard Scott over here. Leave me alone.
Oh, and I didn't tell you the fucking trip home was a son of a bitch. Like, again, this is like, I was gonna say first world problems, but it's just like I'm going to bitch about the fact that I had a hard time finding my way home
It's
through
Florida.
towns.
It's like
Yeah, but
second world already.
but yeah, no shit. Just saw it off at Georgia and let it float away. We'll be fine as long as the keys come with us. We don't care.
Yeah.
Just tether them. We need Duval Street. Tether them
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It
to
reminded me
Aruba.
the picture of a dude at the southernmost point in Key West. You know, the southernmost point of the
Yeah, some dipshit on a bicycle or
bicycle
something.
with a snorkel and goggles, just looking up at the camera.
It
And
was
I
like
was
from
like,
Twitter just said we're fine down here. I'm like, I don't think you are, pal. I don't think you've been fine since Clinton was in office.
yeah, I said that to Nick. She's like, well, Key West is gonna Key West. You know, that's
Yep.
you guys should evacuate. Nah, we haven't evacuated yet. We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're gonna go meet at the Blue Parrot and curse at the hurricane on its way past.
We chose to evacuate reason and sanity and come here. That was the last evacuation we're doing.
Yeah, this is it. Fare thee well, mighty Hiawatha.
Gonna it's that Terry Gilliam, remember that horrible movie, Eric the Viking with Tim Robbins?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be just them sing-songing as the whole fucking place just sinks.
Yep.
It's not happening. No. Sing song. Sing. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I know they've
There's a
already lost
reference
like
that 13% will know.
yeah. When that movie came out, it wasn't even a well-known reference.
True. And I recently rewatched that movie. It's bad.
Yeah.
Even for like a Terry Gilliam, like it's just the editing is just so slapdash. It's just like, oh, God, talk about a smash cut. It's like, Jesus Christ, that was jarring. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Terry Gilliam is always hit or miss for me. Like I had somebody force the movie Brazil on
I was
me.
gonna say, have you sat through Brazil?
Uh-huh. And I was just like,
It's
no.
rough.
I was 19 at the time, so I was a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't Bruce
I said,
Willis,
I know,
you were,
honey.
buddy.
I know.
Yeah, you were
well,
there.
so was I. No, I'm commiserating. I'm like, yes, everybody's a dickhead at,
Yeah,
at something teen.
Just monster dickheads is what we were. But yeah, I watched that movie and I was like, they're like, this is my favorite movie, and I was like, this tells me a lot about you, because this movie is not great and impossible to follow.
However, still to this day, my favorite movie of all time is Time Bandits.
Time Bandits is
It shouldn't be. There's a lot of much better movies, but it's my favorite of all time.
They're
It has everything I love.
They're not they're doing I think Disney Plus is doing a series.
Pardon me?
Yeah, Disney Plus is doing a
The
Time Bandits series.
fuck you say?
Yeah.
Really?
I believe it's Disney Plus, but yeah, they're doing a series.
Give me 1 second and you can vamp or pause this fucking podcast because I'm looking it up immediately.
This is
Hold
important.
on. It is. Hold on. Before I even look at this, Warwick Davis has to be attached to it, right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, name me another famous midget.
Billy Barty?
Living. Peter Dinklage. Okay, done.
Yeah.
Television adaptation of Terry Gilliam's 1981 film Time Bandits, which centers on a young boy who discovers a time traveling portal in the bedroom. Great. But what tell me news. Lisa Kudrow to lead cast of it's a Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Taika's doing it. Ah! And Lisa Kudrow has been tapped to lead the ensemble cast of Time Bandits. Apple TV. Shit, there's another thing I have to fucking subscribe to now.
Oh, so it's
Right, that's why I haven't heard it.
We've got that, so
It's a Taika vehicle. There's a whole bunch of people I've never heard of, and I can't pronounce their names. There's a person named Cal L. Tuck. That's the name of the person, not the Cal L.
Cal L. Tuck sounds like
something.
Sounds like something that Clark got caught doing by his parents in the Kansas farmhouse when he was going through that phase.
Okay, Warwick is not on this. I don't know. I don't think I know any of these actors or actresses. But there's a person, last name Murphy, first name Tadhg. Tadig?
Tadhg. Tag?
Tad Hug. Tadig.
Maybe just
right?
Tag? Is it just Tag?
Maybe Tag. I don't know. It's like trying to pronounce and
Phillips?
read Rafe at the same time. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not Ralph. Are you sure?
that's
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 Mr.
Ralph.
Fines. That's not Ralph.
No, it's Rafe.
Sure.
All right. Okay, Voldemort, just calm your shit.
Well, that just made my day. I mean, now I have to subscribe to fucking Apple TV. But outside of that,
Well, and then you can watch Ted Lasso, and
I think that Ted Lasso is a little bit too feel good for me. Although I'm only
oh, it's
basing
not.
that on No, good, because I don't really know much.
It's okay. God, how do I describe it? It's feel good because it is Ted is he tries to be as positive and a force of positivity to the people around him. But the problem is they write it realistically,
Ah,
and by the problem I mean the beautiful part of it is they write it realistically, and sometimes the good guys don't win. In fact, more often than not, they don't win, but you still don't hate it. It's a great series, and I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon, but I watched like when we watched the first two episodes, I was like, son of a bitch, this is good. And Sudeikis is just a genius.
I do love Sudeikis. Can you dance or jerk off to any episode?
Yes.
Can you do both to one?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Not for nothing. Yeah. Just a beautiful cast. You can dance and jerk off the entire time.
I'll do whatever I want, and God bless or goddamn the authorities for telling me otherwise.
Yeah, the clergy that you can't control me anymore. Not since I left seminary. And by left seminary, I was
You do the joke. Yeah, I'm done.
forcibly removed by security.
Forcibly removed. They had to implement a couple of people, call them security, deputize them to remove you. Does seminary have security? We do now. It's Chuck and Bobby. It doesn't matter. We gave them badges that came from the dollar store. It's Halloween.
Badges and cattle prods. We just came up behind him, stuck one in his ass, and he's oh well, fine.
It's a plastic tin star that says sheriff with one F. It says made in China on it.
On the front. It's not even on the back. It's sheriff made in China, but the C's backwards. So I'm not, that's even suspect.
It's like Toys R Us, but worse.
Toys Be Wee.
Toys Be Wee. Also by Taika. Toys
Yes,
Be Wee.
Toys Be Wee. So anyway, you were 8 hours trying to get home.
Oh no, it's just again, fucking first world problems. But it's straight across the state from where I live, because I live on a peninsula, right? So you can either go north
Just keep
to
bragging.
Tampa, and that's where all the highways stem from, or you can go south to the one bridge that also attaches to the mainland, and from there it's all basically like, to get there we had no problem because we left before the evacuation, but it was like 3 hours, 3:20 I think, a straight shot to where we rode out the storm. Not quite to the coast, but fairly close to the East Coast. All amazingly difficult to get home. We had two different apps and one website that we were looking at that were all arguing about which roads were open. And then and Central Florida, by the way, guess what? If you got Mr. Reynolds Mint Mobile, you don't got no service in a lot of places.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure if you get service. So like we would lose the apps, we would lose the map. So I still have my compass. So I'm like, well, as long as we keep heading west, we'll figure something out. But we had to talk to two different stadies. Like, and every time you get to a place that used to be open, something just happened. Like they were down to one lane, but like there's a dead cow, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's the whole, I'm bitching that I can't get through, but like the whole town of Arcadia, which is Central Florida, just washed away. Like the whole town was underwater.
Oh
Not the
my
whole town,
God.
but like the majority of the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, yeah, I can't get through there. And that was a 3-hour backtrack and up and around.
Jesus.
Just to, by the time it was like, well, 2 hours if I'm honest. But by the time we got 2 hours away, like, do you want to know how far we are from Arcadia? What? It's 10 miles south of us. Like that's how long it took to get around. But then you get to a place and like there was just an accident. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't get through.
Yeah.
Like that. You get to a place in a tree that was hanging on for dear life, that's gone. Driving through towns where like the lines are down, like, oh, go real slow around that thing that's zapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, harrowing, but yeah, a lot of people got a lot worse. I can't
Yeah.
I can't complain. I'm not one of those guys who were taking pictures from Fort Myers on the second floor of their house because the first floor is literally a jacuzzi. It's just
Right.
like bubbling water.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Insane.
don't know. See pictures of like sharks swimming through streets, or videos of sharks swimming through streets, and
Mm.
pictures of people like coming down to see if it's still flooded in their front room and seeing
Mhm.
like gators swimming through, and they're taking pictures. I'm like, that's some Barry, you're like Barry Pepper and Crawl right now, man. You just get back up on the roof.
Speaking of which, we literally drove right past Lake Placid. It's a real place. The lake is not very big.
Yeah.
But they seem to do okay. Yeah, can an interior door hold back a hungry gator? Unfortunately, we're about to find out.
We're gonna find out. Oh, good. Well, it's Florida. We all own a gun, right? Well, no, not all of us. Some of us are liberals. Oh no.
Where, where's your gun? It's in the pool that is my nightstand on the first floor.
Shit.
Hmm.
And you just hear the gator cocking the gun.
Just haphazardly and with great aplomb, throwing a handful of chlorine tablets down your stairs into the lobby area of your home, and the foyer. Like,
This is the best we got.
might as well chlorinate it. I mean, no
And
sense in letting it get allergy.
we're just trying to keep you healthy there, big fella. You're welcome to eat any rodent and or varmint that comes a swaddling through.
Hmm.
Also, any looters, please take care of the looters for us if anybody
Hmm.
shows up.
I
We'll
was
just
I was looking for a good excuse to loot.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
It's just, I mean, there's always a good excuse to loot, but there's just never a good, it's never a good opportunity, really.
I figured if I was going to get one, this would be it.
Yeah, this
Because
is
as long as there's like 100 of us who are butt fucking the Walmart, chances are you're going to get away with it, even
yeah,
if you're on camera.
as long as there's 100 of us butt fucking the Walmart.
Hmm.
That's
In a row or at the same time. I
that's
don't
my
know.
favorite Waylon Jennings album.
You don't loot the mom and pop stores. You leave those alone.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
sure as shit destroy the front window of the Target and take what you can grab.
yeah. The last Radio Shack in your small town, you leave that be.
That's just, you have to. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just sad.
yeah. It's because it's not
Why
even
hit a man when he's down?
there's not even smartphones there. That's just an old man that can fix your 8-track and your tape deck on your boom box.
Yeah. You need some new RCN cables? No,
No, I
no.
oh, you came in for the mail end of the for your cable box. Does
Speaking
that
of which,
even exist?
no, we were going through our stuff. My wife, who's only 30, she's 37, she picked up some RCN cables and like I could see her have a moment. Like she goes, "Are these important? Remind me what these are too." Like, nothing we own anymore, baby. She's like, "Yeah, that's right. Like VCRs that you have." Like, yeah, kinda. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't need those.
Yeah, we still have one old VCR that we keep around just in case.
Do you have a working VCR?
We do.
Wow, you're the one. Well done.
And because there's we have some VHS tapes that we had looked for the DVDs of some of these old movies and could not find them. So we're like, well, we're keeping the VHS tapes. And one day I'll have a grandchild that goes digging through boxes and goes, well, there's a rubber dick. Oh, look, a copy of Patrick Swayze's Next of Kin. I need to check this out. Pop, you still got that working VCR? Yeah, we're about to find out. That's a classic. Come on.
It's in the box with a rubber dick. Like they all have a rubber dick, pop. Like all of them.
Yeah, I know.
One a piece. That's what I always say. It's like mothballs to me.
Some of them do have little moth. Anyway, that's stupid.
It keeps the sanity away.
They keep none of that here, please. I worked real hard to get rid of that bullshit. I don't like it. I saw your beautiful, wonderful, exceptionally patient sister from another mister lose her fucking mind the other night.
Delightful. How'd she do?
She so we had open mic at Buzz Bomb.
We're talking about Larry's wife, by the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nick, step in co-host supreme. Yeah, pinch hitter.
Big round of applause. Hey, at some point we should throw in a commercial for the people who help us pay for this shit.
Yeah.
Not now at this point. I mean, I think we should just do a jarring take. At some point, just do a jarring cut.
I will. Yeah, I'll just throw it in somewhere.
Yeah.
And not even gonna say what we usually say after a commercial because I don't want it to be anywhere. I just want it to be bam, bam, and just have somebody just sitting at their.
Also, if you're still listening, like and subscribe. Like and
Please?
subscribe.
Please, we know this is a different type of episode.
Yeah.
We're just catching up. We had a lot going on.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Did you know we have a YouTube channel that you're never going to watch? It doesn't matter. It might as well be like trying to feed peas to a toddler at this point.
Yeah, look, I don't blame them. No one like I don't edit in anything on the video.
No, there's not a whole lot of stuff. I mean, my background currently is a dresser with two moving boxes on top of it.
Yeah, I've got an interesting background, but
Yeah.
not interesting enough for you to sit and watch. I wish I could add stuff in. I just don't want to learn.
That's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
No, but so open mic. This I'm trying to say things nicely. This woman shows up and
You just struggled to call this person a woman, so I can't wait to see how delightful she is.
She's one of those people that was probably hot at one point in their life.
Aw.
And then that's where their mind has stayed.
Okay.
And they think that they're so damn cute that they can just do whatever they want.
Aw. Poor thing.
Yeah, she's been there once before. She comes to see one dude, and the dude that she comes to see, I love it. He's a great guy. New to
She's a
comedy.
regular. But she follows this one comic around. Is that what you're saying?
No. Okay, so
sorry, I misunderstood.
I'll be specific. She's been to 2 open mics. She doesn't come to shows because she's fucking awful. She has been to 2 open mics to see this dude Jacob. She is a co-worker of Jacob.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so the first time she was there, she got blackout drunk, interrupted the show, like interrupted the mic. It's hard to interrupt an open mic. It's hard to throw off an open mic, but she managed it. And also the first time she was there, I went up because I host. It's my mic. I host.
Yeah.
I went up and was like, "Hey, how's it going? You know, doing my thing."
You MC the show.
Yeah, I'm Larry Smith. I'm your host. And when I said that, she was sitting there, and this is the first time she was there. She went, "Ugh," at me. And I was like, "Oh,
what?" It's a weird response to a person introducing themselves in front of a mic at a stage that you are facing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
She shows up this past Thursday night. Now we rearrange the room so that we can pack people in. And our open mic we pack the room. Thursday night, we had people all the way to the back of the room. We had people standing on the stairs. We would have had more room, but the 3 people that she brought with her from their office, her and these 2 dudes took up 8 spaces because they sat down, spread out this buffet of food, and sat the entire time and took up 8 spaces right up front. And I went up and to start the show.
I'm trying to picture. Did they order this amount of food, or did they open mic their own buffet? Did they treat it like a potluck?
They just showed up. Potluck.
Oh, seriously? Like somebody had like just a crock pot full of Swedish meatballs, and they sat down and they said, "Fuck with it."
Kind of, yeah.
Everybody spread out, all 3 of them.
All 3 of us, yeah.
Delightful.
Because I've got right up front are 2 tables with 4 chairs facing, and then right behind that 2 more tables with 4 chairs facing, and then behind them are 2 booths with tables, and then I've got along the wall a bunch of benches with tables. You can fit quite a few people, and then behind the benches that I set up is a row of bar stools and a bar that people can set their drinks on. These three assholes took up the first two tables, and she sat down in one chair and put her legs up on another, like on another chair, so that no one could sit with it.
Delicious.
I walked up and saw her, and just immediately was just like, son of a bitch, she's here. Because I didn't realize they were there yet. I had been downstairs checking my comics in, running over some stuff with the venue, and just, generally doing my job.
Yeah, just
I go up and I'm like, I do my pre-show
running the
meeting.
show.
Yeah, do the pre-show meeting with my comics. I told Nick, I was like, I'm gonna start walking up there. My lights were already on. I said, just do me a favor, pull the lights down, the house lights, and I'll start, as soon as I start clapping, pull the house lights down. I'm gonna try to get some energy going. I walked up and I looked down and I see her, and I know that my jaw clenched, and this bitch looked up at me and went, just made a face, and then smirked. And I was like, you fucking awful bitch. And then I wanted to say, hey, we've got people already packed in. Could we maybe make some space? But I was like, no, this chick is already an asshole. And so I'm putting in too much detail, but I want you to know just how big of a bitch this woman
I don't
is.
understand why people go to live shows with that energy in their soul.
Right.
Of their own volition.
Like I was working on some new material. I made a joke. The rest of the audience laughed. She went, gross. I was like, bitch. And then I was like, I know some of you are here to see people. She goes, we're here to see Jacob. And I was like, I know you're here to see Jacob, but you can share laughs. You can laugh at other comics.
You don't have to save it up.
Yeah.
And when your buddy comes on, you're allowed to clap louder if you would like. That's fine.
But then she was like, well, there's no one else. I said, you haven't even seen the other comics. Anyway, let's move on.
That's got to make Jacob feel like a shit too.
Oh, Jacob. And
the poor bastard. He's like, I'm sorry, my fans suck.
That's exactly what he was like. I am so sorry. Well, I'm going to try to fast forward a little bit. So there was one point, I'm bringing up like the fourth comic, and we had a lot of people, so I'm not doing anything. I did a short set at the beginning, and I'm just running up going, hey, give it up for Richard Bailey, everybody, and keep it going for your next comic, Josh Freeman. That's how I'm doing it. I'm not doing any intros. I'm just boom, boom, boom. At one point, I am bringing up my buddy Josh, and I was like, keep it going, and as soon as I said keep it going, she and the two dudes she was sitting with folded their arms and just leaned back, like they're done clapping for other people. And I was like, I just stopped, and I couldn't help myself. I was like, why in the fuck are you here?
In the mic?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, why in the fuck are you here? All three of you are the most sour-faced people I have ever seen. Josh, I'm sorry. And Josh is like, no, this is fucking hilarious. Go for it. Because he remembered her from the first time.
I mean, you put on a nice spread, but outside of that, you're pointless.
Yeah. And I was like, you guys are just miserable. You're not having fun. You're making the other comics uncomfortable. Why are you here? And she was like, you know why we're here. And I was like, you're awful. You're a horrible person. Josh, I'm sorry I just tanked your intro. But the rest of you should be really excited to see my friend and yours, Josh Freeman. And people were like, yay.
Josh, try to throw a life preserver on your intro. Sorry, boss.
Yeah.
Had to be said.
But then he made some jokes about it. She said, I remember you from last time. He goes, how? You were blackout drunk the entire time. And so fast forward, we're getting towards the end of the night, and she's decided to just start. They've got M&Ms, they've got pretzels, they've got chips, they've got crackers, they got a real white trash charcuterie going on.
Is this the kind of thing? Like, it's okay to bring food to this thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
because
care if somebody comes up, like they buy beer at the venue. I'm guessing, and they can like have their own sandwich if they want. Like,
yeah,
you don't care if
exactly.
they pack a lunch. Okay,
No, no, Buzz
it
Bomb.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh,
Buzz Bomb
BuzzBomb
encouraged.
does have a menu, right?
Right, right.
Okay,
It's just the beer that.
you can order in a pizza. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah, you can
Cool.
DoorDash
Okay.
whatever you want to,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, whatever. So which is fine food. But she starts. Now we're down to like the last three comics, and she starts dumping. She thinks it's funny and cute to start throwing chips and shit at the comics that are on stage. And I started
What the fuck?
and she like dumped a whole bowl of M&Ms, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I start to walk up to say something, and then I look and I'm like, there's only three. Maybe she'll, because the next comic was the comic that she was coming to see. So I'm like, maybe she'll calm her shit after he gets up there. Of course, I announce him. She stands up and goes, "Yay!" And I said, "Hey guys, could you maybe not throw?" And I talking to the table on the way by. I was like, "Could you maybe not throw any more food? Other people have to clean that up." And she looks. She goes, "Shh, I want to hear Jacob." And I'm like, "You're either a real rough 42, or you're 57 trying to look 35. It's none of it's working."
You're the reason why bitches got burnt at the stake in Salem.
Yeah. I and well, then the last two comics that were up, she was just like, she just dumped a bowl and was like thinking she was cute. I went downstairs to get a broom, and I was like, okay, this will be funny. The last comic coming up, what I'll do is just go up and start sweeping while I bring him up. Right?
Nice.
I thought it'd be cute and
Yeah.
funny and just
No, no, I like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, look, this is how I insult this bitch without actually saying I'm insulting this bitch. Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I want you to get excited. This is your last comic. I said, in his writer, though, he demands a clean stage. And Ryan, my buddy Ryan, who's a fantastic guy and thrives on chaos in an audience.
Hi, Ryan.
Ryan, Ryne, Ryan.
Ryan. Hi,
Yeah.
Ryan.
I know I said it.
Like
I said it.
Sandberg.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. But as I'm sweeping, and he was like, "That's right, god damn it. I demand a clean stage." This bitch took a fistful of chips and threw them at me, and then took a bowl and dumped it right where I had been sweeping.
No.
And I looked at
No.
her and I said, "Are you?" And I couldn't help. I was like, "Are you a fucking toddler?" And she goes, "Yeah, I am." And then she took a fistful of pretzels and threw them at me. And apparently my eye twitched, but all of a sudden, from where the back of the room where Nicole is,
the music. Dun, 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 dun,
she,
dun, 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 dun,
she
dun.
screams, "The fuck are you doing, you dumb bitch? You knock it the fuck off. You," and I think she called her an idiot cunt. And all the comics that know Nicole, all of us, like, I brought Ryan up and he was like, "God damn it, mom yelled." And I was like, "I know, good luck." And all of us just went and hid in the back because we're like, she's so angry.
It's a very specific energy when mom is like battle angry, but you know it's not at you, but you still have to be like, we can watch, but just don't say shit.
Yeah, don't let her turn on you.
Yeah.
Nick
She's
was
got
like,
a switch. It doesn't have my name on it, but it could. So everybody shut the fuck up.
and then God love her, she went around after the mic and just apologized to everybody. She was like, "I'm really sorry. I don't normally do that. I'd had enough." And it was really, and it was really sweet because she was like, I was already pissed off, but she goes, "But then she disrespected you in that way," and that just something inside me snapped, and I was like, "Oh, my man's takes care of me."
See, there's that. Even like everybody in their own, everybody's like the star of their own movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody thinks they're the bad guy. Like we've all been there where like we really think we're doing the right thing, and then later on somebody who we love says, "No, that was wrong because XYZ." And you have to go, "Shit, I didn't think about it that way. You're right. I
Yeah.
really thought I was right because of XYZ, but you're right." What is it? But I've never been to this position where I'm like, you know what the right thing to do is? Throw a handful of Fritos in a stranger's chest and then take a big piss and M&M dump on the stage. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah. It, like I said, it just, and of course, if it had been a dude, I would have known how to react. You know, I'd have been like,
Aggressively.
yes,
Yeah.
and with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. Yep.
All those years working at the winery have trained me for this moment.
I'm about to exhale very authoritatively like this. And then mention outside.
I'm going to take this broom that I've got and I'm going to shove it in your pee hole. But here's the thing: when this bitch, the two dudes she was with, like one of them actually did grab me and he was like, "I'm so sorry." And I was realized he's in a hostage situation. He cannot move. And so they get up to leave. And she was just like, whatever, and walked out at the end. And I'm standing there holding the broom. And Nicole, I think she shoulder checked her on the way by.
Even if she didn't, I'm gonna tell the story like she did.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I had turned around. I was like, I'm done. And I'm going to lose my temper. And I've been working so hard to not lose my temper anymore. I got to keep it together. But on the way out, all of the comics that she had interrupted and fucked with were just roasting her. Because they have to walk downstairs and they're all standing next to the stairs and they're like, all right, hey, drive safe. All right. And just like, hey, those are really nice boots. Did you get those off a dead hooker? Where'd those come from? And just,
why make yourself the target of people's ire, especially when those people are fucking comics, good or bad? Especially the bad ones are going to come after you because they know their material ain't that great. Like, well, I can do some crowd work on this con because we're all against her.
Yeah. Well, and
everybody's on team this bitch,
It was so funny because other people in the audience came and it was really sweet. They helped clean up.
Oh.
And we were like, guys, you don't have to do that. We're sorry that we lost our temper. And Nicole was like, this is not how I do, but and they're like, no, we were all just like, this is ridiculous. What is wrong with this human? And dude was like, one of the dudes just like, just let me help. Please, just let me help. And I was like, cool, man. But that's when they left everything on their table for someone else to clean up.
Whatever didn't hit the stage was just like,
yes, yeah,
detritus.
Just left like half a jar of fucking salsa, a whole Ziploc bag of plasticware, which I was like, this is perfectly good plasticware, but I won't keep it because I don't know what she put on there from her body. Because I know there's oozing and flaking of some variety.
This is the only cursed plastic spork in all of Christendom. Get rid of it. It's pure evil.
So here's the thing, though.
Can we call this episode the cursed plastic fork? Spork.
Yep, the cursed spork. All right. Write it down.
Makes me happy. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So the bar manager he had been upstairs for a little while and he was like, but he didn't see the chaos. And it was his night off. He just came to hang out, watch my set and a couple other people, and then was just going around downtown hanging out. And the bartender that night, who also does the open mic, they didn't see the chaos.
He also like sometimes hosts or he performs. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
It just does the open mic.
Yeah.
Jester and does like burlesque and oddities, and dude is a fantastic performer. Anyway, so I come down to get the broom and Chester's like, oh, I'll skin a bitch, I don't care. And I'm like, this is before everybody left, but after everybody left, we're all standing there talking, And Jester was like, I don't think she bought a beer all night. How was she that drunk? I was like, great question. And Zach was like, she probably brought her own, Zach, the manager, was
Mhm.
like, she probably brought her own fucking booze in. Also, nobody does that to my bar. Also, nobody does that to one of my staff. They consider me on staff,
Yeah.
even though, because
No, yeah.
I run shit, which is very sweet of them. But he's like, nobody does that to a member of my staff. So that bitch, he goes, I got a good look at her. Jester, did you get a good look? Oh, I got a good look. Great. Then she doesn't get to come back.
You got 86 from an open mic. That takes real cunt energy.
Yeah. Zach's like, oh, if I see her, she's not even allowed to be outside on our patio. This bitch gotta go. And I was like, oh, so what do we? He's like, oh, we got the camera upstairs. And he said, and where she was sitting, I can get a good view of her face. We can blow that shit up.
Put a picture of her. That's spectacular. She's got she's got a Sprite can. She dumped it out. She poured it full of Malibu. Then she proceeded to piss all over everybody's nice time.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, because she just ruined the vibe. But saying all that to say, the rec room down in Overland, Missouri, which is just out, it's a I don't know what they would call it, probably suburb of St. Louis.
Okay.
That show, always epic, always an epic good time. Angel and Jess are fantastic, beautiful people. That they own the bar. We had a great crowd. It's the drinking game. Is drinking game disguised as a comedy show, and
Aren't they all?
in some way, shape, or form.
And I couldn't be more pro.
I love it. It's the only time I'm encouraged to get that drunk while doing a show. I had a real hard time making words by the end, though. I was like, all right, we got a good time. Fuck, let me try that shit again. Hold up. All right.
I'm thinking about my get some more.
What? Oh, some more. Goodbye. Bye.
Remember tip I made you.
Tip them. Your tenders. You gotta talk nice to your tenders.
The only thing you can say is, and be safe getting home. But he has a lot of practice with that line. Like literally, it's tattooed on the inside of his eyelids. He can't fuck it up.
Yeah, he actually stands in the mirror at the end of every night. Be safe getting home.
It's the only first thing he says every morning with a hangover. Be safe getting home. God, who's shit in my mouth? Oh,
but
Jesus.
I ended up coming on stage at the end of the show. I'd been down in so they're building a green room for their entertainers down in their basement.
Cool.
So they can come up from behind stage. So I hadn't been doing that all night. I'd been out there watching the show and encouraging people to drink, and because the whole point is the audience drinks along with the comics, and it's fun.
You would have to. Like, you can't watch a bunch of drunkards when you're stone cold sober and have a lot of fun for an hour. Like, after a while, you're just like, shit, we need to get a mop or just be safe getting home, because
can we fashion a litter out of something, because this guy is gonna need drug the fuck out. But yeah, I was down in the basement, kind of fucking around like Larry Smith does when left alone to his own devices. And I found a box of, I'm assuming it was Jess's old clothes, and because it was, I picked
for
out
context, is this male Jess or female Jess?
Jessica, sorry.
Jessica, very good.
And I find this it's a sleeveless t-shirt that says pink on it with glitter that's been sewn on,
Glitter that's been sewn. Let's just say it's sparkles. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like a sparkly the pillows where you can run your hand down.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Those things.
Okay.
Sparkles, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. Sure.
I called some big glitter.
You rub your hand this way, it's a My Little Pony. This way, it's Danny DeVito. I got you.
Yeah. God, I want that now. Anyway, so I find that shirt, put it on. I found a plastic light up snowman. And then
You found toys. This
Yeah.
is what happened. Yeah.
and then just walked out on stage behind when Tom finished his set. My buddy Tom finishes his set, and I just walk out on stage, and everyone just kind of looks because I'm wearing this thing is like I put it on over my denim shirt. I didn't even like,
Nice.
and everyone's just real quiet, and I was like, I made a new friend, and everyone's like, all right, well, that's it with it. I'm glad it's the end that he did this because holy shit, this guy. And then last night we I hung out with my buddy Tom, who closed out the show on Friday night. He runs a show in St. Louis at Apotheosis Comics that has a comic comic book shop with a bar
Nice.
and a nice stage. It's awesome. And so I crashed with him and his wife Jen last night. But the show was super fun last night. Tom always
Comic
puts
book
on.
shop with a liquor license. What a fucking brilliant idea. How have I
Right?
not had that before?
I don't
Or heard of
know.
that? Good on you.
I want
Well
to
done,
do
folks.
one here because I feel like maybe it would make money.
I have a feeling that anybody who still has money to buy Magic the Gathering cards has cash to get good and soused.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go down to the bar and play Pokemon? Kinda. I kind of want to get them all.
Yeah. I only wanted to catch some, but after these 3 shots, I want to catch them all. I want all of them. So yeah, it was a good time. And we got done with the show last night, went back to Tom's house and made a fire and just sat around the
Nice.
fire and till about I had been struggling yesterday with a late onset hangover. Woke up and I was like, oh, I feel pretty good. All right. Oh, doing pretty good. And then at about 2:30 or 3, I was like, oh, there it is. Fuck, we were probably still a little drunk driving around St. Louis, which, by the way, fuck St. Louis traffic. Fuck it. Fuck. I don't know how people fucking live in that city. Fuck that fucking town. I love you, St. Louis, but also fuck your traffic. I would rather drive through Chicago every day sitting on a handful of thumbtacks than drive from North County from North County, St. Louis area down to where Tom and Jen live down in Tower Grove area. Holy shit. Because half the time you've got to come off of an exit and in 0.25 miles, you've got to be across 5 lanes of fucking traffic. And the GPS is just like, good fucking luck. I don't. Oh,
kiss your ass goodbye. It's I-42.
Oh, you've been mumbling about how you've been suicidal? Fucking prove it. Here's 3 semis. Get across, you motherfucker. Don't be a pussy. Either do it or don't.
You're in a fiberglass Prius with over 100,000 miles. Give it a shot, fucker.
Yeah, good luck. Put it in power mode. That's adorable. Like at one point, I was so tense trying because I come off this exit. It literally was 0.25 miles. Take the exit right. What the fuck? 2 semis, giant, because it's Missouri, so giant fucking jacked up trucks for people that live in the goddamn city, because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you don't need an urban assault vehicle. No, you just don't.
No, you're driving a giant jacked up 4-wheel drive to what? To go to Schnucks? Eat my ass.
Yeah.
Just you get a Yaris for a year.
Yeah.
That's what you get. And so I cut across, hit that exit, come off that exit, and then they're like, in 0.5 miles, exit left. What the fuck, my guy? At that point, my dick and balls, I was so nervous and so tense and like, my dick and balls made a fist. Do you know what I mean? It just, everything clinched
I don't,
up.
but I'm interested.
It just, everything clinched up down there. It wasn't
Actually,
like
this episode should be called My Dick and Balls Made a Fist.
My dick
That's
and balls.
better.
You want my dick and
That's
balls?
better than, yeah, that's better than Cursed Spork. Yeah, my dick and balls made a fist.
Yeah, because like I know why we don't say boners look like this, because I should never do that number. But like it clenched up. It just, everything was just ugh. And when I got to Tom's house, I got out and could just feel my genitals unfold. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just like, my balls dropped like 8 inches. They just, because they had been up inside my body.
Wherever they hang, that's where they will be buried.
Yeah. They were inside my body for safety. I was like,
Mhm.
this is not comfortable. Why is my right nut in my asshole? Well, it's because we don't want to see what's coming. You just why why does my dick look like a midget in a helmet? That's
You birthed your own genitalia like a mother hen.
yes. Yeah, and Tom comes out and he's like, "How you doing, buddy?" And I'm just standing there like, "Can you come like blowing my nose real hard because just I think that'll push it the rest of the way out."
Oh, I got like a mother lizard. You had your own clutch of nuts.
Yeah, I did. I did. For a second, I thought that my body had devolved, and I just now had a cloaca. No,
Nice.
yeah. Trying to talk and jot down my dick and balls made a fist.
D Plus Effort Productions presents my
It's-
dick and balls made a fist. What is that? It's a tap number. It's
Yeah, yeah. My dick and balls made a fist. Actually, I'm gonna see if we can work on a beer together and call it my dick and balls made a fist. Because
you should.
they used to have Satchel of Richards.
It took me a second,
Yeah.
like a millisecond, but I got it. It's
I
nice.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I'd like a full pour of the Satchel of Richards. I bet you would.
All right. If you get them to make a beer called my dick and balls made a fist, I demand 1/4 of a cent for every pint drawn.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's my tariff.
My as
You're the one who came up
magistrate
with
of
it, but
this-
you're the one who came up with it, but I perfected it.
Yes,
I
indeed.
pointed it out.
Yes, indeed. All right, buddy. Well,
Like the Italians with pasta when it came to your dick and balls made a fist. Chinese are like, oh, it was our thing first. Yeah, but we put tomatoes in it.
we put tomatoes in it. And sometimes we make them flat, and sometimes we make them with little holes in it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, there's a whole lot of machines to make all this wet flour into different shapes. Why do you do
Sometimes,
it? Because we got nothing else to do.
sometimes they're little curly cues.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pat. Well, hey, what did we learn today together as a team?
Yikes. Well, the first thing that came to my mind is you like my beard. I learned that.
Yeah.
So it's finally back to a good length since I shaved it all off about 7 months ago. We learned that we reiterated what we learned, that if you're going to go see a live show of your own volition, don't be a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand we've also had the discussion of the opposite time where you go to a venue and a live show is thrust upon you. That's not the energy you want a lot of times. Sometimes you just don't want it.
Yeah.
But you can't just walk into a place and be like, I'll take some chicken fingers and a pitcher of beer. Who's ready for a comic? Jesus Christ. No, it's Wednesday. I just want to quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you know it's a comedy show, how about go with more of an energy of yay?
Uh-huh. Yes.
If you're going to put a whole spread of M&Ms and Fritos, don't throw it on the floor. Offer it to strangers. Be nice about it.
Yeah, and maybe don't throw food at comedians
No.
or other people. And I get it. I get it. Not everyone can like me, but not everyone hates me immediately upon sight. Sometimes you got to get to know me a little better before you hate me.
You would have to be like molested by a Santa Claus in the mall
Yes.
a lot
Yeah.
to look at you and be like, nope,
No,
gotta leave this room.
Not this motherfucker. No,
No.
thank you.
You in a red cap and that combo, I see that. But outside of that, it's a very specific thing.
It is. It's very specific, and and maybe this broad has fucked a lot of Santa Claus impersonators.
Santa Claus impersonators. That's awesome. Santa Claus impersonator. What do you feel? I'm a Santa Claus impersonator. You're the one. That's not what people say. You say you're a mall Santa. Well, yeah. Well, one put his finger in my butt in Boise, Idaho when I was 9. That's why I hate to look at this cat. What is going on? I don't know. Did you want fries with that? I'm not even sure what we're doing. This is a Foot Locker.
Funny enough, that was exactly where I was about to say, well, this is a Foot Locker, madam.
Are there still Foot Lockers? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Is that a data reference?
I think our mall has one.
I know there's no more Payless, so I almost said Payless, but no, they went under.
That would have been funnier. Anyway, just
yeah, the people who work at a Payless, God bless them. God bless them who used to. Like, can you help me? No. Do you have this in a 9? Look.
Is it on the shelf? Then no.
No, I don't care what you do.
There was one
Cool.
day we walked into a Payless because Willow needed some dance shoes, and they actually sold dance shoes. We walk in, and it had been a sale, and the girl behind the counter, she's just the one girl that's working is literally leaning on the counter, like face in hand. And I look around, and it looks like the library in Ghostbusters after the ghost has been like and everything
Right? Yeah.
goes flying. I was like, what happened? Did you get robbed? I like legit, and she was like, oh, it just feels that way. We had like a 2 hour, I think it was like a 2 hour buy one get two free, and just there were boxes and shoes like just strewn everywhere. And she's like, do you need help? And I was like, I'm gonna tell you no, and we're gonna find everything on our own.
There are certain stores that you walk in and you're emotionally prepared for it to look like after the Battle of Dresden. Like you're like
Yeah.
a Kmart. You're like, hope for nothing.
Yeah, keep expectations low, please, because you walk into a Kmart, it's just, well, most of them are closed now, but even before, it was just a desolate wasteland.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, and now because we don't have Target, um, or because we don't have Kmart, the Kmart people started going to Walmart. Well, those okay, all right, buddy. Well, we'll just shut it down now. Hey, guess what?
What's that?
I love you.
I love you back.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys.
God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.